It's a dark episode for February the 17th, 2024. And you try and be a good person, but sometimes you're just a motherfucker. And I was driving along with the residents in a kind of a night drive situation, and we went by we went by some Christmas lights, and yeah, my one of my residents is very exercised about Christmas lights, and it's like, yeah, there's Christmas lights, and as we're coming up to it, some motherfucker shines a light in my eye, and I look over, and there's people at the crosswalk, um, a variety of people with baby carriages and children and stuff like that. And there's a motherfucker they're waving at me and they're flashing a light in my eye. And I go, oh, and I just kept on fucking driving. It's like, fuck you, is what I thought as I went by. And I just, I think I'm able to semi internalize it, but I was just like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Is There was a good hunk of time there where it was just like, fuck you. I wasn't gonna, I didn't stop, and just at the point, just like, oh, okay, there they are. By that point, it was way too late for me to jam on the brakes and well, not that I was going like 30 or 20 or 30 through here, but it was just like, fuck you. Was my initial thing. Now, yes, people at a crosswalk, if I'd actually seen them, I would have stopped. They would have gone. That's fine. But it was just kind of just like this. I really didn't appreciate. Yeah, the light in my eye was like, oh, that completely discombobulated me, and just I kept on going. And I'm sure at that point they were saying, fuck you, you're not stopping, you're a bad driver, you don't see us. And it's like, yeah, I did not see them, which is good that they did try and step. I mean, if they'd stepped out, I probably would have actually seen them more. They were off to one side. But yeah, it's just like you try and be a good person, a person who's like responsible, but sometimes some fuckers shine a light in your eye and are trying to wave you down in quite legitimate fashion of like, hey, stop at the stop sign, stop thing for us, but you just go, fuck you. And I'm not proud of that. That was bad. I honestly, in situations where I'm a careful driver. I haven't run anyone over in like years, or at all really. And I try and be a careful driver. Even more so now, younger, angrier. Um, I was not as good a driver, but I don't particularly have that, for the most part, have any simmering rage inside me anymore. But boy, at that point, I definitely had some like "fuck you" energy going on, which I'm not proud of. I'm just not proud of. But that's the kind of stuff you should actually record, of like to get the full picture of Jay. It's not just affable dude nattering narcissistically in his backyard day after day after day after day. Well, actually, night after night after night and after night. There's the day after day stuff too, but there's also that. The fuck you guy. You shine a light in my eyes? Fuck you, I'm gonna stop for you. Alright. I'll leave it there. More videos later.